My name is Sergio Romo. I started in February 2014, so it's been a little bit over 11 years. My current role, which is not my first role, is I'm one of the leads on the help desk, the morning lead or the day lead. First role was help desk support level 2.
My name is Tari Chow, and then my role is a customer support representative team lead. I started back in May 2023, so a little bit over 2 years, 2.5 years.
Hi there, my name is Alexandra, I'm a customer service representative too. I started about 2 years ago.
My name is Harris Sohail. I'm the overnight shift lead tech, and I started on October 19th of 2023.
The thing that I enjoy most will be probably the collaboration with a lot of the team members. A lot of team members will ask me a lot of questions regarding clients, technology. When they get stuck on issues, most of the time I will be the first one they ask, or the last, depending on the scenario, to be honest. But most of the interaction and collaboration that I have with my team members.
I really enjoy training the new CSRs that join the team. It allows me to kind of get to know them on a different level, but also setting the foundation for our company. Because technically, we are first of point of contact when it comes to new tickets coming in, clients onboarding. So teaching them the ways, techniques, what to look for. I think it's really important for our role. I like to provide tips and tricks to them. So by teaching them the ropes essentially and understanding the foundation, I think it makes them comfortable as well too. So being engaged with them makes it enjoyable, essentially.
I remember when I first started working here, everyone was so incredibly kind and very helpful that I was really surprised by it. No, people are generally really kind here. They're very human, and that's the best part of like working here.
As the overnight shift lead tech, I enjoy being the person that teammates and customers can rely on to keep everything running while the world is offline. I take pride in handling escalations, managing critical incidents, and ensuring issues don't roll over to the next day and become the day team's problems. I like to try to nip everything, in that evening so it's easier for people to continue their day and take on the new day's challenges. It's rewarding to know that I can make a direct impact by keeping environments stable and customers supported while they're all offline.
Regarding my role right now, will probably be anything that is related to Office 365, cloud, and anything that's cloud related. And regarding to the Microsoft related services, will be probably email or SharePoint, anything that's related with the Microsoft services in the cloud. The way that you can enable management and the type of scenarios. If you want to really streamline, you can always use just the web browser. If you want to go in depth and really learn like command line and PowerShell, that also it's available. Sometimes it's a little bit different, but it allows you to open up your headspace of, hey, there's other ways to do it, not just clicking menus around.
Computer related, what I think is pretty cool is that technology is always growing. Like there's just so much that can be added to it, upgraded and stuff like that. So I think that's pretty cool because like the basic stuff from 10 years ago, it's nothing compared to what it is now. So I just think that how new add-ons are making the technology even better for the companies, especially for us, it brings on more clients, more people, more opportunity and stuff like that. So I think it benefits all of us essentially.
Like AI and automation, but then I went down like with IT itself because IT is like so like large and it is a very big term that I was actually looking down at like different like medical machines and so forth because that is a part of IT itself as well.
I'm passionate about Azure, Microsoft 365 from a security standpoint, and then, of course, anything that has to do with AI. That's just where the world is heading right now. So, with so many organizations moving towards the cloud, especially being in the overnight shift, we have to be extremely proactive. And if there's a security incident, we have to nip it right there or at least get a grasp of what's going on so we can escalate it to the security team. So there's a lot of things we could do to nip it and disable from an Azure security standpoint. So I enjoy that part of technology right now, being in control of customers' infrastructures from an Azure side and what we could control and what we could prevent from happening.
Compared to other places I worked with was mainly the people that you work with. Most, if not all of them, are really knowledgeable and are easy to approach and will help you when you need.
I manage solution. I feel like it differentiates from other companies that everybody's willing to help. Now, because I'm part of the CSR team, we're first point of contact. Sometimes not a lot of communication is provided over to us, but we reach out to the appropriate team and they redirect us to the correct people, or in a scenario where they're unsure if their team can assist, they'll assist us with finding the right people or documentation to essentially help us. So I think with our team, whether it's the CSR team, mock, procurement, Janelle, management, and stuff like that, they're willing to help. They're not just gonna like brush you off like, sorry, that's not my team. I'm not gonna help you. They're willing to help. They may not get back right away, but they're actually, they're reaching out to their team to see if they can help us. And if they can't, I move on to the next team. I feel like also with management, if they see that you're taking initiative on a lot of things, if there's an opportunity, they'll provide it over to you. So essentially, my role, I originally started off as a CSR level 1, and then I kind of took the initiative of grabbing a lot of tickets, taking a lot of calls, understanding the process for our team. They saw that I kind of took the lead on that, and they created a position for me, which is the CSR trainer. On top of that, after a while, they kind of created a new position, which is now the team lead. By management kind of being aware of what's going on, they saw an opportunity and they created a new opportunity for myself. So I think that's pretty cool that they were able to do that, especially with a smaller company. They have that much power, and it also shows that you get recognized for all that hard work that you've done.
Honestly, it's the community that we have here. So a lot of places push like for like, yeah, we're like a family, like, we're super close. And here it generally does.
It's such a long list, but I would say the biggest thing that I noticed is there's absolutely no politics with this company. I've been with this company a little shy of 2 years now, and normally when you're in a company for a few months, you could start to see, oh, okay, this is what's going on here. This company is just pure. Everybody's here to work. Cat does such a great job, as well as the leadership on selecting candidates. And it's just a pleasure to work with the team. I like that the culture here is very people first and it's very collaborative. And even though I work overnight, I never feel disconnected from the team. There's an ongoing joke that I'm always online, I'm never asleep. And sometimes it's true, but I just love staying intact with the company, reading every message from every team's channel. And there's a reason, because the company has been good to me and I enjoy giving back and staying on top of everything. And
I studied for a couple things off of like Microsoft uh, certs and so forth. So I've been all over the place.
they make you want to do things for the company because of how good they are. So that's how I feel towards them. And the leadership also invests in both their employees and their customers, which makes me feel like I'm part of something bigger than just someone fixing tickets.
I have scheduled calls with most of my team members, and we cover topics that go from, hey, you want to review with the team what you did with the ticket, or if somebody wants to share. And we normally just talk tech to tech and see how it went, what resources they needed, and we try to streamline most of these on a week basis.
On the CSR side and mock side, our clients, we have such a big clients. I make sure that our team is essentially engaged in all of the ticketing, callings, and stuff like that. That way they're familiar with all kinds of tickets that come in, because not all clients are all the same. Now, they have the same format, but it's a different process. We need to get approval from so and then things like that. So by making sure that the team is engaged with, all the different kinds of tickets, servers, and networks and stuff like that, it just allows them to deliver a great outcome for the client and our like, CSATs and stuff like that.
Honestly, we all work individually, but sometimes we'll come together and collaborate together as one. Especially if like there's any difficult tickets, if there's any like information that like needs to be said to like one another, so that we're all in the known and that we could all work as a collective to make sure that everything runs as smoothly as possible for all of our teammates, along with the clients themselves.
I make sure everything that we do overnight, it's clearly documented and it's communicated so the day team could pick up seamlessly. If we resolve any tough issues, I make sure that everybody include the steps so when the day crew takes over, they could just continue. If I'm working with someone, I get someone new and they have no idea what's going on. So I want to, I always do the best to document everything. So when someone picks up from where I left off, the customer feels like they're being managed properly and they know the tech knows exactly what's going on. That's only going to work with documentation. So that's how I believe that we partner with our teammates as we do a good handover and we document everything and the teamwork mindset keeps projects and support flowing seamlessly.
Right now, my success is helping as much as I can. Since my role is one in the chain, I try to help as much as I can. Be responsive and be upfront with what's going on. When something gets added to me, I will try to be transparent in what's going on, how we're able to figure out what we did.
In our role, a lot of things change, especially as an MSP. Clients are changing information daily. During training, I always mention, make sure you're looking at this, 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 and this, because if this is missed, you're going to have 2 tickets because that ticket is technically 1. So
I'm really having the best attitude that I can because that's really important when I'm interacting with my users, my companies, with my coworkers. It really impacts how your day is going to go. So that is the most important thing for me. It's just having a very genuine interaction with other people and making sure that, like, things might be hard, but everything's going well. So the biggest thing is just being nice, being kind, because most of my interactions are customer interactions, and you have to sound good on the phone, but you have to meet it as well, because when you're in a bad mood, it reflects very easily on the phone because you could sound very short, you could sound aggressive if anything.
Success for me means that customers wake up to a stable, reliable environment with no major issues carried over. Internally, it means that the team could trust me to handle critical situations overnight and set them up for a productive day.
Most of them are really nice, upfront what they need. They're easy to get along with.
we have clients that been part of our team for like 5+ years, right? So they're loyal to us and we're loyal to them. They understand our process. And then we also have regulars that call in and we build a bond.
Interacting with the customers, honestly, that is my most favorite thing. Nothing beats like going on the line and getting like someone that you recognize and just going to the phone, them hearing your voice, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, hey!" And it's just chef's kiss. Love it. It's absolutely phenomenal.
I appreciate that our customers view us as a true partner versus just a help desk. They trust us to protect their business and keep everything flowing 24/7. And that trust motivates us to go the extra mile.
Hang out with my daughters. I have 2 daughters, ages 14 and 9. So most of the time it's just hanging out with them.
I'm really into photography. I'm hoping to learn to develop my own film, but that's just a process. I need a dark room. I don't have a room that's dark enough for that. But photography is what it's starting to become my favorite thing.
So my favorite thing to do outside of work is honestly to listen to music, hang out with my cats. I play video games. I used to play video games professionally. I was at like the top ranking at some point. That's gonna be like my biggest things. Absolutely love it.
Outside of work, it's mainly just my daughters, my family, my wife, spending time with them, their extracurricular activities, and my daughter, she's in jujitsu, kickboxing, so I've been practicing that for over a decade. So I started back with her like 2 weeks ago. That's another reason that I love this shift. It's not for everyone, but it's perfect for me because I'm only working when they're asleep. When they're awake, I'm not working. So it's a perfect thing for me right now, for sure.
I wouldn't say that just a single one. When we do like get-togethers, those tend to be really fun because you're able to actually interact with the people. We used to do a lot of them before. It was really awesome because you tend to not talk about work.
So far, my favorite moment with Managed Solution is when all the people that got nominated for Player of the Month went on a trip to the San Diego Zoo. The funny part is it was pouring rain. It literally was just raining hardcore. And it's funny because Amanda, she was prepared. She brought ponchos for everybody. There's like about 20 of us, so she brought for everybody. And it was just a fun experience. Rain didn't stop us. We made it work. We got to see the animals and stuff like that. And it kind of created a cool memory with everybody.
My most memorable moment at Sam Managed Solutions was when the cloud strike went down. Oh my goodness. So I was the only one on for the customer service representative team, and calls were flooding in. I was making calls to our CEO, to like all of our big leads, and the fact that they all started to work together so quickly was really amazing to watch too, because one by one, so quickly, everyone was hopping in, trying to figure out what was going on. I was on the phone side. Phones were absolutely blowing up. However, it was nice because I still felt like I was contributing to the help. So they were able to focus on figuring out what was going on. And I was able to participate in a different way that was not the same, but still helping out.
My happiest memory would have been recently when we had the Player of the Year retreat where they flew us out. It was just a blast to meet the team, to see Sean, to shake his hand, to talk to him about random things, talk with Lloyd about random things. It was just so awesome to finally meet everyone in person. Of course, I've met Janelle and Derek in Tampa for that meet, but to meet the rest of the team and see how everything is from a real standpoint, because we're all remote. So it was just a memorable trip.
Prior to joining here, I have an engineering degree in computer science. Certifications, I have one Office 365 related, which I think it was like 900, AC 900.
I have a associate's degree in computer technology, and I also have a bachelor's in computer technology. I'm currently studying for the MS 900.
So I've gone to school for respiratory therapy. I've gone to school for registered nursing. I was previously in cybersecurity for my bachelor's. So I've gone a little bit of everywhere. My first IT role at Dell, I officially took over primarily being on the IT path around 2022, really, 2021. But this is going to be my third MSP, and I will have to say Managed Solutions has been the best MSP that I've worked at.
I have a bachelor's in information technology from FIU, which doesn't really mean anything, degrees in this day and age. But in terms of certificates, I have some CompTIA certificates, A plus, Network plus, Security plus, the basics, and then I have the most prestigious certificate that I have is VMware. I'm a VMware certified professional in data center virtualization. That certificate was not easy to get, and I've just always been a huge fan of virtualization, so that was one of the main reasons I got that.
The skills that I always go towards, I always like networking and networking related stuff. I always try to get a little bit ahead of networking wise. I won't consider myself a networking guy in any chance, but that's kind of the thing that kind of tickles my tech bone.
I want to understand more. So if someone asks me a question, they're like, "Hey, Tari, do you have any insight on this?" I'm like, "You know what? I do." And then just kind of go on. But I do want to just kind of do more deep dive on more technical information, understand how everything works from inside and out, top layer, inner layer, between the layers.
What piques my interest most with IT is definitely cybersecurity. Can't tell you why, but when I was 16, I was like, you know what, I want to do cybersecurity, and still a great path to go to. And one thing that really like resonates with me for a lot of companies, it's not a matter of if you get hacked, it's a matter of when. And so that you always need a cybersecurity like professional behind your back, or just IT professional in general that is able to do the same functions.
I am working towards the Microsoft Solutions Partner Data and AI track. This company, there's a lot of people that have certificates in different areas, but that category is where it's at right now, data and AI. So that's where I'm gunning towards.